Hello everybody and welcome back. It's time for another Taiji development log. I'm Matthew Van Devender, and Taiji is a open world adventure puzzle solving type game that takes a lot of inspiration from The Witness. If that type of thing sounds interesting to you, there is a link in the description to find out more. So it's a little bit of a short update this week. I finished with the concepting phase for the mill area, so concept art, I guess, is done there, and rather than do another pass on the concept art to do kind of the decay stuff, to do cracks and things that are broken and worn out and overgrown plants and whatever, I decided I would just kind of make doing the assets and that into kind of one stage so that I can cut down a little bit on the amount of work, and I feel like I have enough of a template with the concept art to just go ahead and move on to that. So that's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, is just working on the actual implementation of the art. Although that's been going a little bit slowly because there's been a lot of experimentation that I needed to do in terms of like exactly how much noise I could get away with in terms of the art. Generally speaking, the art style for the game has been kind of a focus on flat colors and not a lot of noise. There's kind of two reasons for that. One reason is just from a production standpoint, it's easier to do art that has less detail in it. And since I'm the only person working on the game, that speeds up things with the art a lot. And if I can have an art style that looks good while being relatively simple, then that kind of works for, it kind of works for getting the game done in a more timely fashion. Not that it's been that timely anyway, but the other reason is just because due to the nature of the game, sometimes there might be clues in the environment, and in those cases, you want to have as few distractions as possible. Obviously, having any art is going to be some amount of distraction versus like a very basic prototype version of it where the only thing you can even really see is the clues that you need. But, you're always compromising, but you don't want to go too far in that direction of having too much environmental detail that's not relevant. Anyway, for the mill area, though, the idea, right, is to kind of to have this area that's old and worn down and stuff's overgrown, and pretty much that the definition of the difference between like a pristine brand new brick building and one that's 100 years old is just the 100-year-old one has a lot more noise, right? So you're going to have broken bricks and things that are cracked and discolorations, and there's going to be dirt built up in the corners and mold and moss growing on things, and who knows. So if I put too much of that type of detail and go too aggressive with that, then I can end up with so much noise that not only is it potentially distracting from the puzzles, but it also just doesn't really fit with the aesthetic style of the rest of the game. So I think that I've started to kind of achieve a balance so far with the stuff that I've done. It might be pushing on the edge of too much noise and too much detail in there, but I can't spend forever kind of iterating on that. So even though there's some parts that I think, well, this is a little bit noisy, I've tried to keep those. I've just tried to keep everything in context of that I kind of can't get it perfect, and I'm not exactly sure where to draw the line. And it's important both for it to meet the aesthetic overall of the game and also to meet the aesthetic goal of this particular sub area. Anyway, that pretty much does it for these 2 weeks. Really short video. Sorry I don't have that much more to show, but we're just kind of continuing to grind away on that, and hopefully there'll be a lot more done. Hopefully we'll be totally done with this phase of doing the art for this area in the next 2 weeks. Until then, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with these update videos, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I will see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.